Hello all, welcome back to the BioRocks channel. In this video today, we'll be learning about the different forms of the ovule, which is also one of the most important topics for the NEET. And in this matter, you need to actually understand the arrangement of the body of the ovule on the funicle. And the next thing which is important here is going to be about the examples that are being mentioned. Okay, so without any delay, I'm starting my video. The first ovule that we are seeing on our screen is the orthotropous ovule. As you can see that this is going to be the body of the ovule, and this is the stalk which is being called as a funicle, and these are the integuments, and this end will be called as a micropylar end, and the opposite end is from there the chela, that is integuments arise, is being called as a chelazal end. Okay, and this is the embryo sac that you're seeing. So based on this, the arrangement of the whole body of the ovule on the funicle, we are dividing the types of the ovule. If we basically talk about the orthotropous ovule, the body of the ovule is lying very straight, right? It's very straight, upright, over the stalk, which is being called as a funicle here. The micropyle, see this end where the integuments are leaving a space is going to be the micropyle. The micropyle, the chelazal end, as well as you can see that the body is also completely straight on the funicle, upright it is. So chelazal end as well as the integuments are lying straight on the same line, and the orthotropous ovule is going to be the most primitive ovule, usually seen in the Polygonum as well as the Piper beetle. This is orthotropous. Okay, and the next one that we will be seeing is going to be another one, which is going to be, let me see where I have this. Yeah, I have this anatropous ovule. I think you can see the image well rather than the caption. So you can see that this is going to be the funicle. Okay, this is being seen in the 82% of all the angiosperms. We can see this particular type of ovule, which is being called as a anatropous ovule, where you can see that the body of the ovule, what is the body of the ovule? The nucellus, the embryo sac, the integuments, the chelazal end, the micropylar end. The body of the ovule is inverted, right? When you compare it to that of your orthotropous, let me show you orthotropous once again. You could see that the orthotropous ovule, the body is straight, right? This whole body is straight, upright on the funicle. But now what has happened in the anatropous ovule is you can see that the body of the ovule has got inverted, right children? It's not straight, but it has got inverted bent like this. So this inverted, and as well as you can see that the funicle is getting fused with the body here. You can see this one. So this is going to be the funicle, and the body is getting fused with the funicle here along its whole length. So this is going to be the whole length of the body, which is getting connected with the funicle here. So this is seen usually as a anatropous ovule, where you can see that these are being present in the 82% of all the flowering plants, the angiosperms which are being found around us. And the next one that we will be seeing is going to be the hemitropous ovule. So what is hemitropous ovule? As you can see that this is the funicle, and you can see that the body of the ovule is completely like right angled, right? These are perpendicular to each other. Who? The funicle as well as the body of the ovule. The body of the ovule comprising of the chelazal end, the micropylar end, the embryo sac, the nucellus. Whole togetherly, the axis of the body is perpendicular to the funicle, and we call this as a hemitropous ovule. Okay, this is usually where is this found in the ranunculus. Okay, it's been found in the ranunculus. And coming on to the other sort of the ovules, this is hemitropous, or you can even call it as hemianatropous. And the next one we are having is going to be the campylotropous. So what is campylotropous? So campylotropous means the body is going to be curved. Okay. See, you can see the body with the integuments, the nucellus, it has got curved. Okay. And secondly, you can even see that in the campylotropous, the embryo sac, you can see that the body is curved, but the embryo sac is not curved, right? It is straight here. This is important, children. Only the body along with the integuments and the nucellus has got curved like this, but your embryo sac is not curved. It is straight. It is straight in the axis. So this type of things is being usually seen in the crucifers, the caparis. This is the, please do correct it. This is going to be caparis, Capparas, caparis, and we can see in the mirabilis gerappa. And these are usually seen in Capsella also. The Campylotropus are the curved, but embryo sac is not curved. Embryo sac is straight. And the next thing is going to be the Amphitropus. Amphitropus ovule. So this is going to be the Amphitropus ovule, where you can see both the body of the ovule as well as embryo sac are being curved. So even the integuments and nucellus is curved. You can see now that the embryo sac is also being curved. So such type of ovule is going to be called as Amphitropus or transverse ovule we call. This is also seen in the crucifers. Usually in the crucifers, here he has given you about the two different families which are not in your syllabi. So just mention the examples of Amphitropus as crucifers. Okay. And lastly, coming on to the Cercinotropus ovule. The Cercinotropus ovule. What is the Cercinotropus ovule is? You will have the funicle very large. See, very long funicle. This is completely funicle, very long funicle you have. And this funicle is completely coiled around the ovule body, right? This is an ovule body. You can see that the funicle is getting coiled around this. So we call this as a Cercinotropus, and usually we see this in the Opuntia, the cactus plants. As he has given you, initially, ovule will be orthotropous. It will be straight. The body of the ovule will be straight on the funicle, okay? But later what is happening is, but with the continuous unilateral growth of the ovule becomes anatropous. What is anatropous? It gets twisted downwards, okay? And later, subsequently, the micropyle again points upward, okay? Actually, it looks down, but later as it grows up, the micropyle end is going to be towards the upper end, and the funicle is going to get coiled around the body. And this has been called as Cercinotropus, usually seen in the Opuntia plant, the cacti plant. These are the different sorts of the ovules. As you could see, the orthotropus, which is straight on the funicle. Anatropus, where you can see that we have a bent one, okay, inverted ovule. Hemitropus, where you could see that the body is going to be, and that is, you can see that the body of the ovule is going to lie at a right angle, right? And the Campylotropus, where you can see that the body is curved, but the embryo sac is straight. And the Amphitropus, where you can see that the body of the ovule and embryo sac both are curved. And in Cercinotropus, you can see that these the funicle is very large and coiled around the ovule. Children, what I'll do is I will try to give you table of tabular form, where I can give you the examples of all these types of ovules and their plants, where you can actually find these. Okay, let me come to that particular thing. So the first thing we have is the orthotropus. Okay, orthotropus. How do you remember this, children? It's going to be straight, or what we call as upright ovule body. Okay, upright ovule on the, this is body of the ovule, okay, body of the ovule on the funicle. Where is this being seen? This is seen usually in the plants like Polygonum, Piper beetle, Piper beetle, okay. And the next one that you can see is going to be another ovule that is being called as Anatropous ovule. Anatropous ovule. So in the Anatropous ovule, it is seen almost in all the 82% of the angiosperms around us, all the flowering plants, where you can see that the body of the ovule is going to be inverted, right? And you can see that it is going to get fused with the funicle, fused with funicle. This is important to remember here. And what are the examples being found here, children? What are the examples that are being seen? Examples are going to be all the utmost angiosperms around us. And the next one that you can see here is going to be the hemitropus. The hemitropus ovule. So here you can see that this is intermediate between the orthotropus and anatropus, right? It's an intermediate between the orthotropus and anatropus, where you can see that the body of the ovule is at a right angle, is at a right angle, 90° to the funicle, right? And remember that the chalaza and micropyle will be lying on a same straight line. And next, coming on to the campylotropus. Campylotropus. So how is a campylotropus? Is the body is going to be curved. Body of the ovule is curved. This is curved, but the embryo sac is straight. Embryo sac is going to be straight. This is going to be the campylotropus that we could see in the plants like Capsella, right? And we could see in Caparis. The next one that we'll be seeing is going to be the Amphitropus. Amphitropus. So where is Amphitropus? How is it being found? Both the body of the ovule and embryo sac will be curved, right? So body of the ovule as well as the embryo sac, both are curved. Both are curved. Where is this being seen? This is seen in the crucifers. Crucifer. And next thing that we can see is the one which is going to be the Cercinotropus. Cercinotropus. What is Cercinotropus? Funicle will be very long. Funicle is long, curved around ovule, right? Where is this being seen? This is seen in the cactus, or what we call as Opuntia. So this is the example here, the Opuntia. So try to learn these examples for your examination. Let me even show you the examples for the Hemitropus ovule, okay? So if we talk about the Hemitropus ovule, what are the examples here? Let me show you these. When we come to the Hemitropus ovule, so it's going to be the ones like these, the ranunculus. The ranunculus is going to be the ones, okay? That is going to be the example for that. I hope children, let me write this for you on the whiteboard where I've shared this. So this is going to be ranunculus. Okay, so the Polygonum, the Piper beetle here, the Angiosperms here, the Ranunculus here, Capsella, Caparis here, Crucifers here, Opuntia here. These are all the different types of the ovules and the examples that will be helping you for your NEET examination. I hope children you have understood this. So if you like this video, please do hit the like button and try to share and subscribe this video with your friends too. This is going to help them. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.